Internal storage for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S have been revealed, and it looks like you're not going to have that much room to play with. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here and you enjoy what you see throughout this video, hey, maybe consider subscribing to help this channel grow. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers and it would be really awesome to get there, potentially before November 10th, but either way, it'd just be awesome to hit that number. But for now, let's get into this. So as we know, going into the next generation, internal storage with all the consoles is going to be pretty scarce. But in terms of the three consoles coming out, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S, the PS5 and the Xbox Series S are going to have the least amount, meaning that you're really going to have to manage your internal storage. Now, Sony hasn't come out and officially released this, but it's being shown that the PS5 has just over 650 gigabytes of usable storage space. Now, this information comes from the Twitter Okami, who says that from the review kits that have been sent out for the PS5, there's a 667 gigabytes of storage internally, and this includes Astro's Playroom being installed. Now, this isn't very much storage. This is less storage we got in the previous generation, and the problem with this is that games are getting bigger. We've even seen recently that Call of Duty Cold War is going to be like 250 gigabytes of data, so you're really not going to have much room to play with your internal storage with the PlayStation 5. So if you're getting that digital edition, you're really going to have to manage that properly. You're going to be able to plug in an external hard drive to the PS5, but you're also going to only be able to play the PS4 games off that. Now, you can expand the internal storage for the PlayStation 5. The problem right now is that we don't know what NVMe drives we can use because there haven't been any officially announced that are going to work on the PlayStation 5. So for the first couple months that this console is on the market, or until they announce the compatible drives, you're really going to have to only work with that 667 gigabytes of internal storage. So you're really going to have to be managing stuff. So constantly downloading and deleting games is definitely going to be a thing. But in general, it's just not very much storage. And this is what we're seeing in the next generation, is that we are taking a hit on storage because we're getting that super fast storage and we're getting a great price for these consoles. So something had to take a hit, and it's the amount of gigabytes we're getting internally. With the Xbox Series X, you're getting a 1 terabyte drive, but you're only going to have just over 800 gigabytes of storage. So you have a little bit more leeway with the Xbox Series X, and it's still a very fast SSD, but it's still not very much in the grand scheme of how big these games are going to be. When it comes to the Xbox Series S, the amount of storage is even less, but this is very understandable with the cost of the console, as the Xbox Series S only has about 364 gigabytes of usable storage space. Now, this comes from a Reddit user who was able to get their hands on the Xbox Series S and says that there's 364 gigabytes of space internally. So this is a person in Canada that received it 1 week early. So you can pretty much take this with a grain of salt, but I would also think that's probably true because they actually have the console in their hands, and I don't see why they would lie about how many gigabytes are actually on the internal storage. So that's even less. But with the Xbox Series X and S, you are going to be able to expand your storage with those 1 terabyte Seagate drives that have already been announced. We know how much they cost and everything. They are expensive, and I do believe those are definitely going to drop in price throughout the year as storage gets cheaper, as they get more manufacturers to make those 1 terabyte drives. So you may want to hold off on that, but if you desperately need that storage, you have that option to have that fast SSD. Just plug it into the back of the console. On top of that, you're also going to be able to use external hard drives to play backwards compatible games and to play Xbox One games. But if you want to play Xbox Series X or S specific games, they're going to have to run on the internal or external SSDs specifically made for these consoles, so you get all of those next gen features. But yeah, overall, the storage going into the next gen is going to be very low. You're definitely going to have to expand it at some point in one way or another, or you're always going to have to continuously delete and add games. I probably will be continuously deleting and adding games for the foreseeable future. I don't think I'm going to go out and buy that 1 terabyte SSD right now. I definitely want to wait till that drops in price. And I mean, if you only play 1 or 2 or 3 games on the go, you're going to be able to do that either way. At least with the Xbox Series X for sure. The PS5 will be a little bit tighter because that is a very small amount of storage for the size of the games that are going to be on the PS5. It's actually pretty crazy to think about, but that's, like I said, the compromise we are making by getting these super fast SSDs and getting these consoles at such great prices for what's actually inside of them. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Are you upset with the amount of storage on the PS5 and the Xbox Series S? Are you a type of person that likes to have tons of games on your storage, so you're not going to be able to do this with these consoles? Or are you the type of person who has maybe 1 or 2 games on the go, so this overall isn't that big of a deal? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy what you see, hey, maybe consider subscribing to help this channel grow. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be really cool to get there before the launch of the next generation on November 10th. Thank you guys for all your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.